Good evening, ghouls, goblins, and things from beyond, and welcome to another spine-tingling, toe-curling chapter of Blood from the Stone, a tale of love and dread in RPG. My name is Philip, and I will be your Dread Master for the evening. And surrounding me are our talented, charismatic, symmetrically featured players.
Beautiful,
yes,
incredible,
are conventionally
amazing,
attractive.
Valid.
Surrounding me are our highly castable players.
Ooh,
You can find my resume on my About page, players.
You can find my resume on my About page, players.
How's everyone doing tonight?
I don't have my resume there.
Well,
I'm great.
Then I'm doing everything I can for you. At some point, that can't be my problem.
Are you paying us?
No. No. That is true. But I very specifically said everything I can. I suppose I could Venmo all of you.
Intelligent, thank you, Sophia.
I want 69
13 cents for every game.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, actually, though, hold on. What would 13 cents per game? Let's see. 0.13 times 8 is $11.44. I think I could swing that for all. I don't have to get Taco Bell this week. I can swing that for all four of you.
That's a huge Taco Bell order.
Yeah, what?
I think
that
it's
is,
that like.
No. If you actually know how to eat, that is not a big Taco Bell order.
I also exclusively order premium items. I go out of my way to rebuild things that would be cheaper if I just ordered them. Like, what I like to do is start from a soft taco and wind up with a double steak grilled cheese
burrito
burrito.
Crunch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the $3 Chipotle burrito hack?
No, but those are all mean. Those are all you're making the life harder of the people who work there when you do those.
That is very
Are
true.
you saying you have getting double meter or
No, people order like a taco and then you can pick as many things on the side as you want.
You get all these sides and then you ask for
pay,
a burrito on the side. It's a
50 cents for a tortilla wrap and you end up creating a gigantic burrito for like $3.
I have no problem with stealing from the Chipotle Corporation, but you are inconveniencing people. And
yeah,
it's also bad for the environment because of all the extra packaging.
Isn't Chipotle owned by Jack in the Box?
I don't think so. I think it was nearly owned by McDonald's, but then it wasn't. But please look it up. I'd be curious.
Though.
What?
I mean, look, I don't eat Chipotle.
I think it was owned by
I think the deal never actually went through.
Oh.
I believe. I
Speak
remember reading about this. You should look it up. I don't know.
My mother sent me a box from my childhood and like adolescence, and my McDonald's hat from when I worked there was in that. Well, visor. It was a visor.
Oh yeah, so McDonald's divested from Chipotle in 2006.
So they were a part of it.
Bold
Yes,
you.
but I think now they are just their own company. Okay.
I know my McHistory, okay?
Yeah. I also knew it, but I knew they weren't anymore. But then I thought I read a thing where like maybe they were only ever like a minority shareholder or something. Like they were never in charge of it. Was the point?
Okay, but now I want to know what does Jack in the Box also own?
Yeah.
They own Del Taco. That's it. Okay, that's it.
That tracks.
It tracks,
better.
but Del Taco was so much better than Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box owning Del Taco tracks better than a 5th edition Ranger. But guys, I do
That was
think
smooth.
That was a D&D joke. You know, we got to go to our roots here occasionally. And speaking of roots, I need to dye mine. And speaking of dying, let's talk about Blood from a Stone. The Dread Clock sits at yawn 8 o'clock hour. Acht. Die 8 Uhr. Wie viel Uhr ist die Dread Clock? I loved in German class when there would be like one English word in there.
Yeah.
Because like,
Well,
on the
when
tapes,
I started learning,
it's so good.
When I started learning German, I had just been learning Hebrew for many years, and so when I couldn't think of the German word, I thought of the Hebrew word, not the English word.
And
weird.
you'd often be okay.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing of how like a lot of the time, if I hear Dutch, I can follow it because it's all just English and German, but I can't speak it because I don't know which one to use where. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and also because there's just too many goddamn weird vowels in there.
That's true. Yeah, but you just here's the trick to 99% of languages when you don't know, especially things like Dutch and also weirdly Irish. If you see a bunch of letters, just skip them.
That's what I do, but also I'm dyslexic, so. can't help it.
Like
Fair.
Like, this is not the craziest, but I'll put this in chat. This is the, because I took Irish in college. This is the Irish word. I'll even put this into the other chat. That right
Heather's
there.
my friend Heather's name.
What? No, that is, I'm going to put it into the, to the Zoom, to the Twitch chat. That is the
can we all
Irish
try?
word for the number 4.
What?
So if you're counting, this is what you say.
I'm gonna say it's pronounced quater.
Okay. Excellent. Try.
No.
That's my attempt.
Stare. I'm going stare.
Like share.
Interesting.
Stare.
Interesting idea. It's just care.
Same.
It's just care.
A care.
I hate.
Technically, it's a care. You always have to say like a hand, a do, a tree, a care, a q, a shot. Yeah. But it's just when you see a bunch of letters in the middle, just glide on past. That's typically the way to go.
Amazing.
Tommy and Mahoney and McPherson. That means I live in Belfast. All right. So, speaking of Del Taco, let's talk about this game, which has pretty much nothing to do with Del Taco.
Medina would have eaten at Del Taco. I will say that.
I don't believe there's Del Taco on the East Coast of the United States of America, are there?
She's not from the East Coast.
She's not? Where's she from?
No, she's from Texas. Oh, there's not.
There's no Del Taco in Texas.
Never mind. She would have gone to Taco Cabana.
Should have gone to Whataburger.
Hell yeah.
What a burger.
What, or pronounced correctly, Waterburger.
They do say a
Yeah,
Waterburger.
Waterburger.
People say
Waterburger.
Waterburger. It really
Waterburger.
when I was old enough to realize that it wasn't called Waterburger, I was so mad at everyone. Whatever age that was, when I was like, wait a second, that's not even what it's called. All right, so we have started we have a new situationship here on Blood from a Stone, Tale of Love and Dread and RPG, in which, after the mists were broken, someone named Medina Lake, who doesn't really mean anything. It's like the fact that there's a person named Medina Lake, it means kind of nothing to this game other than that she's just one of the 109 player characters we've had in Blood from a Stone. She has shown up here at a college where she says she is a transfer student. The college is called Darkmoor College. This is a school that longtime viewers of Blood from a Stone have actually encountered on a few occasions. A longtime character named Dahlia was a student there. She performed in plays there. There was one of her performances ended at a bloody fray. I think that was her last name, so that was like a little pun I just did. But there was a horrible fray when like a lot of people were killed in the audience when little zombie creatures rushed out. We also, I believe that an equally important, so Dahlia is a pretty important, character to sort of Blood from a Stone history. An equally important and pivotal character named Bruce Pumper was also discovered in trying to get into girls' dorm rooms there once. So it's a school with a lot of history.
They were all overage, though. I do want to emphasize that.
They're in college.
I mean, I actually, if memory serves, Bruce Pumper didn't hook up with any of the girls. He was just trying to get into the dorm rooms of girls, talking about how it was their fantasy. But
Had to make him famous.
But here at Darkmoor College, things are perhaps a little different. We had a shockingly shockingly international lineup of students, which was news to one Dreadmaster, when we met the Ducat twins, Friedrich and Felix, and
hello.
as well as
Guten Abend.
Sophie Bellicule, who is a film student. Friedrich studies biomedical engineering, and Felix is a poet, and he knows it. Right.
That's my great brother for you.
This group of individuals, however, realized that they were summoned to Holdfast Hall, which all save probably Medina knows Holdfast is just like it's like you have been called to like like a hall that's called like England Hall. You know, it's like Holdfast is an ancient kingdom you're all familiar with by name. And where you met Professor Charles and the librarian Joe. And you were told that some characters that you all had interacted with here had come to life. Characters who you'd read from some books or read from some materials found here in Holdfast Hall had come to life. Among them was the King Bee from a poem, or actually technically an old madrigal lyrics to an old song that Felix had read. He is a giant, kind of like a giant like honeybee, and he's kind of upsetting to see, but he has a little crown on his head. Friedrich summoned a Voluptua Bikini Team dancer. Sophie inadvertently summoned the ghoul from a rather intense black and white horror film from years past, starring R.J. Arthur, but this is the character, not R.J. Arthur. But wouldn't be amazing if you could bring R.J. Arthur here? You could ask him so many questions about all of his amazing roles. Too bad he died under mysterious circumstances many years ago. And then Medina brought herself someone named Wednesday Line, whom she hugged upon seeing, as if she was not shocked at the prospect.
Hashtag not my Wednesday.
Hashtag not my Wednesday. She was kind of, she seemed relieved to see Wednesday. Unlike the others, she was not shocked that this character had come to life. But Wednesday did seem, this tall, slender kitchen maid seemed a bit different. As you sort of dealt with this, you realized these characters needed to eat. There was a little bit of danger to them, especially from the ghoul, who did at one point, I think, try to eat Felix. You all decided to take a couple of them to some dining halls where they could maybe get some food, but horror surged, and a bunch of fish monsters attacked you, at which point Medina sort of grabbed a lacrosse stick and then later a trident, and with some big assists from the King Bee and from the Voluptua Bikini Team dancer, managed to kill like the first wave of those and led everyone running. However, Sophie was sort of scratched at, but managed to sort of use her power to avoid serious injury. But Friedrich and Felix were both pretty cut up by the tridents of these fish creatures who were sort of
it was
stalking
painful.
through.
So much blood.
And Blut from die Brüder. So as the two of them rushed back, Medina said she thought Wednesday could help them, and Wednesday did kind of do some like, I can't save both of them, but Felix knew she was lying and sort of pointed that. So Wednesday said she will help them. Medina went and spoke to the professor a bit. He sort of said, clearly you know some things. We're interested in what you can bring to this school with your knowledge and expertise. Medina then got a call. A call came in, and Professor Charles answered it, and then told Medina, "Oh, this is actually the provost would like to speak to you." Medina spoke to the provost, who indicated they were very excited to have Medina here, and the main thing they study at Darkmoor University is fear, and that they're excited for Medina to provide some information. Oh yeah, Medina also, like, at some point saw someone, like, she thought there was an elevator and someone coming out of it, and she really freaked out at that. I don't know what that was about. Don't worry about it. It ended, however, with an interesting moment, one that could really ratchet things up, in which Medina asked Professor Charles if they have any books called Blood from a Stone. Professor Charles replied that, as a matter of fact, they do have a copy of that rare and venerable album that was recently donated to the school's collection. And that is where we left off, with Friedrich and Felix on the tables, with Sophie and Medina concerned about what was happening. Do you have a question, Medina?
Sorry, keep going.
And with that, this is not, I kind of haven't sort of looking to some different options for how I'm going to be doing the invocations. It's a little more freeform. So for today, this is not a top flight style. There's a choice each time. But today I actually am going to sort of ask which vibe you would want. One is some lyrics from a Paradise song. Some lyrics from one of those. Or we could do something from one of the works that you all were so moved by.
One of the works.
Are the works all completed, or are we gonna make you go into a crisis?
No. I know what I will read based on what you choose. I have two options of what I will read.
Okay. I vote the works.
The works.
The works.
The works. Now what I really want to do is pull up lyrics from the Queen album, The Works. But I won't. So instead I shall simply read. The king bee then demanded that the queen be brought to him, for the king bee needs his honey and must be granted every whim. So, I need, my dear boys, Friedrich und Felix.
Yeah? Ouchie, ouchies.
Ouchie, ouchies. You two have a bit of an opportunity here.
Yeah.
Start off because you're both at a condition.
Yeah.
Although, are you both terrible in vitality?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, resist injury is rough for both of you?
It's still a 2D for me, yeah.
Okay, just 2Ds. Then I'll tell you what, 2D boys. Roll a D13.
Rudy Tooty.
Just roll
Yes,
some D13s for me, guys.
I shot Rose's D13.
We'll see how this goes.
Also, how many hours?
13, baby, let's go!
Roll again.
3.
3.
13!
Dan, I'm going to drive there and be mean to you.
You roll 2 13s?
Double 13, baby.
Love it. All right.
I will join you. We will knock him around.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. So, because the game had not started, that actually does not trigger a typical horror surge.
Ha!
Oh, good.
Horror will be, don't worry, horror will be surging, but in a slightly different way.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, never mind.
But it definitely kicked things up here for you guys.
Okay.
So,
Good.
in answer to that, actually, Medina or Sophie, you guys can also make a luck roll. You can choose which one of you would like to do it. Talk amongst yourselves.
You can live. I'm scared. I don't want to be blamed.
You don't want the
Okay, wait.
response.
How do we? Oh, so it's just a D13. Okay. Oh, did our power come back at all?
We're getting to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Wow, that's preposterous.
I jumped ahead.
I was going to ask that as well.
Although I don't know if you want me doing this because I rolled 2 13s last week. But here we go.
They've been spent. It's fine.
That's definitely how it works.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that her die is more weighted to roll them.
12.
12 is a great thing to have rolled. So, I'm going to say that because of that, Sophie and Medina, as the night sort of passes on, Medina, I would suspect that with all of this that's kind of going on once your adrenaline kind of like falls, you probably fall asleep on that couch in the room that you were in.
Oh, okay.
No?
Well, I feel like I would have been looking for stuff
Okay.
to
So you don't
research.
So you don't want to recover some power?
Oh, yes. Yes.
You don't have to.
No, I will.
Sophie,
I feel like it's necessary.
do you think you would have gone back to your dorm room after all of that?
Oui.
Okay, so Sophie, you can head back to your dorm room. That's fine.
Watch out for Bruce Pumper.
Bruce Pumper is very dead. For Friedrich and Felix, so the bad news for you guys is that neither of you sort of rolled. I mean, because Dan rolled the highest he could, but that's actually just horror. That's not positive. 12 is the best thing you can roll on the D13 now. The bad news for you two is that you don't sort of like your natural healing is not really functioning. You're just kind of not doing much. The good news for you is that Wednesday is able, with what she rolled here, to clear both conditions on both of you.
That's so kind of you.
So that's
Wednesday.
great. So both of you have, so you can reset your conditions to 0. She manages to sort of heal you both. That's really mean. But this takes her several hours, and she's kind of like purposefully keeping you guys at an even thing, just kind of for the doing of it. Oh.
Dankeschön, Fräulein Mittwoch.
I know what I'm gonna do for the okay, Friedrich. I know what it's gonna be. Oh, this is a horrific thing.
Yeah? Oh no.
Because you have a horror surge that is manifesting in a slightly different way. So Sophie, because you rolled a 12, you guys are going to be getting basically a full 8 hours of sort of like rest and passage of sort of time went without much stuff. So Sophie and Medina, I don't know what you're at, but you guys can recover 8 power.
Can we go over?
No.
You cannot go over. You will get to, so whatever your max is. For Friedrich and Felix.
Yes.
She took her sweet time, and you both recover 2 power each.
Okay.
Which is better than no power. And you can always just try to slow play this game and be like, could we spend like 2 hours doing blank? And I'm like, sure. And then you'll wind up with 2 more power at the end of it, so, because you get it back, you don't have to rest. It's every hour that passes without you in like absolute mortal danger, you get a power back. So that's the good news. But about 8 hours later, Sophie, if you think you would come back kind of after a thing, is there anything you would do before returning to Holdfast Hall?
I would get more smokes.
Okay, so basically, sort of a night passes, Sophie sleeps.
Can I do some research of the films to see if there's anything
in Holdfast Hall, or in, what do you mean?
In my resources.
From your resources. Oh, you want to see if there's any movies about characters coming to life?
Yes.
Sure, make a research roll under intellect. That's fine. It's in the blue column.
Why is it gray? Oh, there's gray one.
That indicates that you're better than average. You're not at the base. You have a little extra.
Memorable coverage. This is
Not at the base, baby.
This is no surprise. Okay. 2 7s and 2 6s.
Nice.
Which one would you like to use? And you can scroll over to see sort of the different kind of subjective vibes between the two. You only need 1 here, so you've kind of, the fact that you have 2 is cool, but will serve no purpose. You'll just pick which one you prefer for this.
Okay. I guess. Six.
Understood. So you are you're more interested in sort of like the size and shape of these stories. You're not looking for patterns or sort of like reflections, or kind of more like you're sort of looking for like in this context,
like, perspective, like
rational. Yeah. In other words, you are very specifically saying, are there stories where this happens? You're not like, is there a thing where it's like this? And in your research, you don't find anything. Sort of, we'll say this is kind of the last of those 8 hours. You sort of wake up and sort of begin to do that. Medina, you're asleep. Is that okay? Do you what? You're muted.
I can be asleep, but when can I look for stuff?
When I'm trying to get everyone. We have this is
okay,
like
sorry.
Everyone can do everything they want to do. We're just getting everyone. You have 2 people who are nearly dying, so I'm just trying to get them. So Sophie has gone back to her dorm. She's looked through her stuff. She sees nothing of note on the subject. Friedrich and Felix, you both come to. It seems like it's early in the morning, not even quite bright yet. Wednesday is sort of like packing up various supplies and saying, "Oh, you're both awake. That's good.
Good morning. Do you have breakfast?
Oh, I wouldn't be eating for a bit if I were you. You had
Why is that?
Well, you've been injured pretty badly. I would start with maybe just some tea or something. I wouldn't have a big meal. I'm not sure
That's
your
probably a good idea.
organs could handle it at this stage, but you'll both be all right. I'm very good at what I do." She kind of holds up, and she has these very long, slender fingers. "I'm very skilled with my hat.
Friedrich. Dankeschön.
She kind of nods to you, but Friedrich, though Felix sort of stands, you're ginger, Felix, you hurt. Friedrich, you have, like, you feel like your stomach really hurts.
Yeah, maybe this was a good triage, but maybe we should go to an actual doctor.
Sounds like a good idea. Are you okay, Friedrich?
I don't feel great, Felix. I'm going to be honest.
Friedrich, you hear a wet, slurping sound from the corner of the room. The ghoul seems to be holding some offal, which he's
oh no. Is that from my body?
Wednesday says, well, he was very hungry. I only
You
removed,
weren't using it.
it's only your appendix and the good portion of your spleen.
That grows back, right?
No, but most people can survive without them.
He's eating my dear brother. What?
I nearly gave him one of both of your kidneys, but that seemed excessive, sir.
Yeah, but why not, like, parts of the liver or something that will regenerate?
I would never
The
take
liver can grow back.
But you're a college student, sir. I'm sure that you drink a great deal. I wouldn't want to put you in any harm.
Also, there were no fava beans or Chianti available, so like...
With this, the ghoul just kind of...
Oh, we need to go to a doctor.
Professor Charles sort of stands in the door and says, "Gentlemen, you're welcome to go to a doctor, but I would tell you that our work here might be more important for a time. We have a lot to do."
More important than me not having some of my internal organs?
He sort of comes over to you and sort of shakes his head. "My dear boy, there are many students at Darkmoor College, but right now you are special. To be in this special advanced study program, it's a rare opportunity.
Yeah,
If our
and also
visitor
a rare
thinks she has repaired your body, I'm sure she's done a great job." The ghoul burps.
Yeah, it's also a rare opportunity to watch some fantastical nightmare creature eating part of yourself.
Yes.
And I don't quite like it. I'm going to be very honest with you, Professor.
The professor gets very close to you, Friedrich, and says, "Tell me more." And from there, we're going to cut to Medina. Medina, you fell kind of asleep on that couch. You wanted to look around, but like seeing Wednesday in there, and honestly, the voice on that, like you stepped aside, and the way Professor Charles, when you talked about Blood from a Stone, something about the way he was talking about an album was just, you kind of you sat down, and before you know it, you're exhausted.
Did I have dreams?
Oh yeah. Make a Oh, actually, you know what, my dear friends? I'm gonna need to do something on each of your sheets. I am so sorry. That's amazing. So, each of you is going to receive.
Amazing.
I'm simply going to call it Resist Fear, and it is going to be a new will ability that each of you has down at the bottom of your will. None of you, we will say that none of you have it in, none of you are proficient in it, because, my God, why would you be? So that's great. Okay, cool. Perfect. Resist Fear. So could you please make a Resist Fear roll for me as I add that to everyone's sheets? That's so fun. Ooh, how cool.
Okay, so okay. That didn't. Okay, a 3 and a 6, so nada.
Nada. Oh, you only have 2?
Yeah.
God, I'm a real jerk, am I? All right, that's
Yeah.
great. You could have spent some power. You still could, but nah. You had horrifying dreams, Medina.
Okay.
You dreamt of a night in the woods, of laughter, of alcohol, of drugs, of fun. And then you dreamt that you were spinning out of control, choking on your own vomit, as you felt yourself overdosing. And then you saw your own face looking down with tears in your eyes and walking away. You awaken, Medina, gently, a hand on your shoulder, shaking you awake.
Okay. I'll grab the hand.
Okay. You open your eyes, and you see in the dark, pre-dawn light, with just one sort of shaded lamp on the other side of the room, you see Jason's face looking down at you. Rise and shine.
You're not real. You're not real. And she'll close her eyes again. Wait, can she feel the
She
hand?
still
Or
feels a hand on her. She's still gripping a hand on her shoulder. Sophie, right now, Medina is gripping your hand pretty harshly, and she just told you you're not real.
What is wrong with you? Of course I am real. Can I slap her across the face?
You can.
Slap Medina across.
Sure.
does that bring me?
Very hard.
You
is
can,
it?
if you open your eyes, you see Sophie, but you have been slapped in the face.
This slap was very soft. You Americans.
I'm sorry. I had a bad dream. This place really creeps me out. I guess.
This is okay. This is okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay now?
I think so. Are the guys okay?
I do not know. We have not gone to see them yet.
Okay.
You do hear some, like, slightly more raised voices from the other thing, which I guess was probably back when Friedrich was kind of making some complaints. You hear
Is that
some
from my body?
You hear a few. Is that from my body? Yeah, you do hear that. But you hear a few footsteps in the hall, and the door is sort of pushed open, and Wednesday standing there, kind of like there's a lot of blood on her apron. And she
Wednesday,
has,
are they okay?
who okay, miss?
The boys.
The two guys that you were operating on to save their lives?
Oh, I didn't know you cared for them, miss. I didn't know you knew them well.
I mean, anybody who... Okay.
I mean, they do not care, but they are people.
They're both
Exactly.
alive, miss.
Okay, how can we see them?
Unless they've gained the ability to turn invisible, miss, I think it will be quite easy for you.
Okay. Do you have a cousin or a twin
I
with the
do
same
not-
name? Or...
I do not have a twin, miss, but would you like
That's fine.
some? Would you like me to find some breakfast for you?
Okay.
I have
No.
been a kitchen maid.
No, thank you. Sophie, do you want a croissant or whatever?
Croissant. Wednesday has like blood on her, right?
Yeah.
No, I think my stomach is turned.
Wednesday will say, "Come." And she'll sort of gesture, and the ghoul just kind of shambles past the door, and then they walk off down the hall.
Is he still here?
I guess so. He's gross. Okay. And I'll just like walk toward where I assume the guys are.
Okay, as you guys walk across the hallway, you almost it's like you more feel than hear, but you can sort of feel or hear this like and kind of like in the hallway, the voluptuous bikini team dancer is just like, "Morning, sluts."
What is this music?
But she's just dancing. She just greets you. And you can't
she's
really... What's that?
Oh,
She's
can't hear
making
it?
that music with her mouth.
No, the music just like you. It's like you feel it like in the. It's like on the edges of stuff. It almost as if like
baby.
whenever she's dancing, it's just like super low present being generated, but not by her mouth.
Yeah, people from Voluptua are really dancey and touchy and weird and kind of rude, but not in a mean way. Weirdly,
They're
I don't know.
American.
At any point, Felix and Friedrich, you can see the ladies kind of through the door in the hall. Friedrich, we can cut to when like the professor had asked you that if you want to reply. What was it? What's it like? How do you feel with your organs removed?
Like my organs have been removed and it hurts. I don't know what you want me to say. It's not like it just. You know, like when you have like a stomach bug.
Yes.
It
No,
feels
I
like-
understand. I wish that she'd done this to the poet. He would have been much more expressive.
Yes, I was just.
But why
about
do you wish he had
to
done
say.
this to either of us?
I don't.
We are twins. We are one and the same. This hurts me as much as it hurts him.
Then please speak to how it hurts you.
It feels as if there's a part of my brother that was once so important to him that's now meaningless. It's now somewhere in the ether, and we will never get it back. A ghoul has taken something so important to us.
I believe she said it was an appendix and part of the spleen.
I'm gonna pop in and say, it ate him.
Oh, good, you're
Yeah,
awake.
Wednesday took out part of my organs and gave it to feed the ghoul.
Okay.
This is not good.
And you're back, Miss Pericule. Yes.
Yes, we.
It's good to see you again this morning.
The characters can
Morning.
eat us. I mean, I know they're not. Oh,
You
boy.
hear a
The
voice.
ghoul-
You hear a loud
you want
buzzing
me to
behind
feel it?
you, Medina. It's a loud buzzing. And then
Ugh.
you hear a
Oh.
voice saying, "Are you honey? If so, I can eat you."
No, I'm not. I am not honey, and I will not be honey. No. Buzz off. Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, yes, he sort of buzzes over. You hear the Voluptua Bikini Team dancer saying, "I got honey for you, baby." He's like, "Oh, very funny, very funny. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Okay.
Very droll." Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Can I talk to everyone without, or with minimal weirdness, because I know that obviously there's not going to be none.
I need to go see
The
a
nun
doctor.
died?
Can we have this conversation on the way to the hospital?
I don't.
Or at least the student health center.
I don't think it's safe to move you right now, all things considered.
Were the stitches at least good?
Is the what?
The stitches?
Oh, the stitches. Are they? How are they? Are they?
These, I don't know. I'm not.
The stitches are flawless if you sort of look.
They're great. They're very good. I mean, the
Then
extra
the doctor can do
portion of-
nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
The extra
Exactly.
portion of the wound are going to heal great.
It's as perfect as like the top of a mincemeat pie. Just so delicate, perfectly formed. Like
getting,
little
like-
soldiers, Mary Berry would say.
This is giving me the player like other mother vibes.
Sure.
Yeah, the stitches are good and the doctor can do nothing else. It is gone.
Exactly. So also,
Oh no,
we
maybe
might
give
be
me like a
able
blood transfusion or something.
No. Okay. I think you'll be
Hey,
fine.
we'll make more blood.
Yeah. Okay, here, listen to me. You guys can rest here for a while. We can bring you books so we can do more research on some stuff that we might want to learn about.
We are hungry, so we want breakfast.
Okay, okay, Wednesday?
Look, Medina, I understand that you are trying to be very goal oriented here, and I respect that. Well, normally I am. It's just that my brother and I, we've had quite the shitty experience over the last few hours.
Yeah, I
And
know. I was there.
yeah, I'm just saying. So I think I'm not trying to be combative here. I just feel so fucking bad.
Okay, well, why don't you read a book about a good healer, a healer, a healer. Um, uh, Professor or Joe. Can I call for Joe?
Joe is not
And
here yet.
uh, is there like a
Card catalog?
yeah?
Yeah, you can go find a card catalog. You can go into kind of like the full stack for sure.
Can I look and see if there's something about Blue Moon there?
How interesting. You open it up and begin to search for Blue Moon. You see no entries with that name.
Can I look for Top Flight?
Nothing.
Okay.
If you go through, if you look
where
for
was
all
the
of
mountain from?
them, he was from here.
Okay, can I? Do I know which? I know which story he was from, right?
Make a research roll, I guess, in your brain. It's like
Shit.
go back through your own brain to see what you remember. This is not one that you were. This was not your area of expertise. This was not a character you ever running with. But we'll see.
Right.
And if you look for murder by murder, if you look for star tales, you see nothing. If you look for Here Be Dragons and Grey in the Dark, you don't see any titles related to those.
But then why is Wednesday there?
A very good question.
Oh no. Okay. I have looked for all of those, but I would like to look for.
Okay.
So I got two.
Did you get
fives.
Did you get 2 successes or only 2 5s?
2 5s.
Okay, with 2 5s. So basically, you feel like there might be like more information in here somewhere, but you're just sort of racing. You do actually find some references to Longivus Mons,
Okay.
who was from and Longivus Mons is a mountain.
Right.
And you do in fact find a story that took place on the mountain.
Okay. Well, can I get it?
You can go to the stacks to find it. The story. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm having to come up with a couple of things here. Please bear with me, everyone. We'll call it. Ooh, that's fun.
Oh no. For you or for us?
Mainly me. I'm so sorry, guys. There is a short story, actually more like a novella. It is set on Longivus Mons. It is titled The Peak of Delirium.
Okay, I'd like to look for one more thing.
Okay.
Is there anything with the title Hampstead Hall?
You can go to there if you go to Hampstead Hall. You don't see any.
Okay.
No. As you just sort of flip it. Yeah, you can flip through without trouble.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
With your one success and kind of mainly focusing for this Longivus Mons, you sort of find at the sort of like at the bottom of the things as you're going through various things. You remembered his name, so you sort of went there and you sort of found a reference to this. There is a novella. It is titled The Peak of Delirium.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go find that in the stacks if you'd like to.
I would like to go look for that, even though it's not what I was looking for, but you know what?
It's by an author named Lovelady.
Okay. I will go find it.
So, as she heads off into the stacks, Sophie, Friedrich, and Felix, are you sort of following her, or are the three of you? Or Friedrich, are you just like, I'm going to the doctor? What's happening here?
I mean, am I ambulatory right now?
You are ambulatory. You experience some pain, and honestly, now that you've seen it, you're in pain, but you can function. You have no conditions.
Friedrich, would you like me to read your vibes, as you say, to see if you need help?
But why would you?
I can assure you that you are fine.
Felix, what do you want to do?
I don't want to be alone right now. I feel as if we are alone, we are more of a target for the ghouls.
Yeah,
It does have a taste of you, no?
You're being very inconsiderate right now of this situation, and very flippant, and I don't appreciate it.
I'm just being honest.
Sometimes
you are
being honest
better
is
with
being an
us.
asshole. And
Yes, like,
I look at Felix. Maybe we should leave her alone. Then.
Maybe. This is trauma.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be a lot to unpack here when we go back home and see mother and father.
yes, with your mom and daddy. But here now, you are fine. Come with this.
Well, maybe we could go and just see.
Okay. Will you help me? I guess we need to like lean on each other for support, both physical and emotional.
We are here for each other, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I reach and I put my hand under the waist of Friedrich to just.
Yeah. I put my arm around under the waist of Felix.
Does it not hurt your skull?
Under the waist?
Yeah.
Are you just like
around the waist?
Oh, around the waist. Are you like slipping your hands into each other's butt pockets? Are you guys like in your jeans? Like,
It's their award-winning three-legged race technique.
No, this is how. And do you grip like the side of each other's like belt over there? Like, yeah.
Just whatever we can get a firm handhold.
Okay.
Support.
Okay.
Okay, so Sophie,
This
you see
sounds
that.
more and more like a Pornhub category. I'm not
There's
comfortable.
no internet here. I don't know what you mean.
So are you guys following Medina into the stacks?
We?
Yeah.
Medina, you're tracing your fingers over the L's. Book titles. You come to Love Lady. There's a book. The title reads The Peak of Delirium. H.C. Lovelady.
Does HC ring a bell for me?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it would.
Can I don't want to read it, but can I like flip through it to see if there's like pictures or anything?
Ooh, interesting. You flip through it a bit. It appears to be in a very like dense, sort of like kind of old-fashioned typeface. You know, like books from like the 1920s have that sort of like much more variable in the width of their sort of prints and things. But it appears to be some kind of account. There's a lot of like dates and timestamps in it. Whether you're not sure if it's fiction or if it's purporting to be like an actual journal, but it seems to be describing an expedition up a mountain called Longivus Mons. And the cover of it is this very like intense looking mountain. But with your success earlier and the fact that you have seen them, the mountain in question is not Longivus Mons. Go ahead and make a research roll. This is just to reflect your flipping through, not so much your,
Wait, can I help with the research?
Since it's a sort of small book, I think she's just kind of gotta give it a shot here. What do we got, Medina?
I got 4 8s.
4 8s?
Yeah.
She doesn't need your help. My God.
This is very
Okay.
good.
With 4 8s, I will say that you just kind of like understanding how, like, you're kind of just like glancing at like you're going to the pages where you think things will be more important and kind of like seeing this. This appears to be a narrative recounting. It is written in the first person. It seems to be about some people who tried to go up a mountain called Lungivus Mons, but in the blizzard that ensued, and as they saw these strange snowflakes that would float down and then suddenly unfold and try to like attack their faces, they found themselves climbing toward a peak that they weren't sure about from their original looking over. Basically, without like reading it through, you get a pretty comprehensive story that the eponymous peak, it's like a peak of a, you know, this
Delirium.
peak of delirium was a mountain that they found themselves on, where everyone started going absolutely crazy, mutilating themselves, mutilating each other. The person writing this was kind of writing it in a way of like, I feel myself going mad now. I'm going to attach this to a balloon, and I hope this is found by someone. So it purports to be a first-person account.
Are there any names that I catch while flipping through?
There certainly are multiple people who are referred to as Dr. So-and-so. However, Medina, I was hoping to trick you, but I think with a fourth degree success,
I wasn't even sure if that would be a good roll for this.
everyone, a fourth degree success is always going to be damn good. I will say that upon looking through this book, there are several people who are referred to as Dr. whatever. Many of them are medical doctors. All of them wind up like sawing people's eyes out of their heads. So you doubt that you would like to sort of try to get these doctors. Knowing what actual people here can do, you get the impression that this tale,
Of dread.
this is a tome of dread, yeah.
Yeah.
You doubt that this is something that you would want characters from. Nevertheless, congratulations on having done your research. That is, wow, I rolled really high, so that's 2 times. You do, however, gain, we'll call it, sorry, I'm doing some quick back of the envelope math here. You gain about 30 lore in one of these doctors.
Oh.
So you now have, actually, that we'll see. Roll a d13. Let's see the luck of this.
No.
11.
11, that's really high. Good luck, good job. So it wound up being, so as it happens, you gain enough lore to discover one of the lesser doctors from this book. Dr. Boers. B-O-H-R-S.
Okay, and they weren't one of the ones tearing people's eyes out?
Oh, they definitely were.
I'm not going to summon them. I'm gonna hold on.
You've
to
only
that,
discovered them. You don't have the,
okay.
You don't have the pages to do so.
Okay. Okay.
But you've discovered this person. You know about them.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the book but hold on to it and say, couldn't find a good doctor for you here. Maybe somewhere else though. I thought I knew a little more than apparently I do know. So sorry, Frederick.
No, I thank you for the effort. I appreciate it. Perhaps we should. I mean, just like, can we just read? What if we read like a history about like some famous doctor who like discovered some fantastic cure for like missing part of your spleen?
Your spleen and appendix is fine. You are fine.
So
I
okay,
don't
so
think
if it's gonna be fine, then let me remove yours as well and give it to the ghoul.
Oh, I do not want the ghoul to eat any of me.
Oh no, Scheiße, Sherlock.
Okay.
is not the organs are not the concern.
Sherlock.
The concern is not the organs. It is the ghoul now has taste of you.
While they're arguing, can I look and see?
But the doctor
if there
cannot
are
help
books
with this.
of Sherlock Holmes.
Sure.
Sherlock
you can go
Holmes?
back and look.
Okay.
The
You
doctor
can keep
cannot help
arguing.
with this.
We
Doctor
cannot-
cannot remove taste from the ghoul.
We cannot put negative energy as we are trying to heal, please.
I am not being negative.
You've been quite negative.
No, I am being honest.
We must think positively.
Yes, but honest and positivity will be fine. I'm being quite positive.
Your eyebrow furrows as you say that. I don't believe you. You're incongruent.
Because I am perplexed by your inability to assess the reality. So, can we proceed with attempting to find a way to get rid of this?
Whatever you do, don't look in the appendix of a book.
Yeah, too soon does that.
So
Are you quite
as
figure?
so basically, as Sophie and the boys begin following after you, you're back over at the card catalog. You sort of start looking through. What are you looking up? Doyle?
Yeah.
Okay, so you look for Doyle in like and I believe card catalogs, if memory serves from what I used one, back in 1993 or whatever, I believe the deal is that like there's like some card catalogs are titles, some are subjects, some are authors. Is that correct? I believe we have multiple librarian adjacent people in our chat, so please let me know if that antiquated system, if the physical card catalogs, if anybody remembers, I believe it's like, I believe you'll have a subject one and a whatever, so you can kind of look a couple places. So
Yes.
Medina.
Yes, says yes.
Oh, thank you so much. Gosh, they're really fun to go like.
Oh, yeah.
Nerd.
Subjects, titles, authors. Perfect. So as you get over there, I believe that Medina Lake would know Doyle as the author.
Yeah.
You look for Doyle. This is actually interesting. Go ahead and make a luck roll, Medina.
Oh boy. Stop making us roll these.
So just to reconfirm, I know what movie the ghoul is from. Like,
You
I'm
do.
familiar.
He is from The Ghoul, 1941, 70. Actually, wait, how many minutes? I have it written.
Is this a real movie?
1934, 79 minutes. Medina, what do we got?
It's a 6.
6. You look for Doyle and find nothing. You look for
Okay.
Sherlock Holmes and find nothing. You look for the Hound of the Baskervilles and find nothing. But
What about the Great Mouse Detective? I'm kidding.
well, Great Mouse Detective is nothing, but Detective does in fact give you a few hits. There are some books about detectives.
Okay.
You can sort of, but by this time the others are here. But I'm gonna take that back, Medina. As you're looking through, you get this chill in the air next to you. You can hear this like whistling, and as you're looking at the card catalog, you've probably like pulling up like the detective, sort of subject and seeing various books that have detectives or thing. It's like the zoom dolly, the like the vertigo shot is kind of like your perception sort of is shifting. You almost think you see a couple of little snowflakes passing across your eyes. And you do hear this voice saying, "Someone's there. I can see you. Where are you? I'm so cold. Can you help me? Can you help me?"
Dr. What was his name again?
Dr. Boers?
Dr. Boers?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Boers. I'm Dr. Boers. Sophie, Friedrich, and Felix, you all hear a voice saying, "I'm Dr. Boers. I'm Dr. Boers." You hear it echoing.
The doctor's here.
Doctor.
Hello.
I'm Dr. Boers. As you guys kind of call out, you hear this like, "I'm Dr. Boers." And it kind of drifts off.
Can we find where the voice is coming from?
Make a look Make a listen roll or a look roll. I suppose you could glance around.
I will do look.
Are we all looking around?
You are all welcome to do a look or listen.
Yeah, I would like to make a look roll if that's
Please,
a thing
absolutely.
is allowed.
This is a disaster. What has Medina done?
I do not see anything.
I rolled 3 4s.
3
I rolled
4s.
2 1s.
2 1s.
I did not roll anything.
So Sophie, you just like look around. You don't hear much. Felix, were you looking or listening with your 2 1s?
I was looking.
Looking. So Felix, you glance around and you actually see kind of over by where Medina is, like a few little like flurries of frost. But Friedrich, as you look in that direction with your 3rd degree success, and it was 3 2s, you said?
4s.
3 4s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
3 4s.
Feeling. Musica. You are looking at, that's creation, composition. Okay, so we'll sort of say maybe just like the framing of the view you see. It's as if something from one of these movies Sophie's always going on about.
Yeah.
You can sort of see Medina. She's at the card catalog. She's looking like she's like staring at one like something's weird. You do see some like flakes of snow over there, but like against kind of like in one of the stacks, you see this shadow that is cast of someone who you think is like wearing a parka and like shivering and like reaching forward. You see this like hooded, kind of like fuzzy hooded figure like reaching.
I kind of start moving. So, Doctor, is that you?
I'm a doctor.
Hello?
Yes, I'm a doctor.
Do I see them?
I still hear it.
So Medina, I'll say that you both like heard some like voice of the voice kind of getting more faint here, but Medina, you don't see what he's seeing. You just saw some like flecks of stuff. You're just looking at the thing. You heard the voice. You said Boers, and the doctor said, "Yes, I'm Boers." That seemed like strengthen some kind of connection. So Friedrich, you're sort of traipsing over to where Boers is.
Yeah, I'm carefully stumbling over.
Okay, cool. I love it. Felix, with Felix, are you guys like walking in tandem?
Course, we have
Yeah, why would we not go
The brothers are
together?
going in tandem. Medina, you do hear some footsteps behind you. The rest of you notice that like Professor Charles has entered the stacks, is just looking around.
I will turn toward the footsteps.
It's the professor.
Okay.
Everything going all right? You're
You
getting
know,
such
as-
an early start today. It's a bit cold in here. Friedrich is kind of heading over towards this one book stack.
Yeah, just trying to get a head start on everything.
Very studious. If there's anything I can help with, let me know. The library staff will be in here by 8 a.m.
Actually, Professor,
Yes.
and I'll kind of take him to step away out of
Yeah.
earshot.
Sure.
As you know, I have experience with something like this, but
We do have,
Right.
I believe you call it inspiration if you are looking. We do have a rather sizable endowment ready to go.
interesting. None of the stories that I know are in these stacks.
Oh.
The character Wednesday, her story isn't here.
Oh, it must be. She couldn't be here if the story's not here.
It's not, unless she had some sort of like crossover appearance in something. Is there a way to know what
Oh.
she was pulled from?
Joe absolutely knows. Yes, let's sort of step out here. He sort of pulls out this little like pouch, and just opens it up and pulls out this like purple coin, which you remember, Medina. You may not. Lauren may
does.
not remember, but
Lauren
but
doesn't.
This is like seemingly what they were using for currency in Watchtower Town, and it seems to be the inspiration that you guys gain from reading. What he's telling you is the inspiration that is required for you guys to have characters. He's like, don't worry about that. We're well endowed. So he's just kind of, but he sort of just sets that down on a table.
Can I take it?
Sure.
Or was he looking at me? Or
No, he
You know
was
what,
like showing it to you, but he's just like tossing it down like that's here. But if he's saying we can try to find in Joe's records which book she's from. I'm sure he has it written there somewhere.
yeah, that would be great. And I'll take it, not trying to be sneaky, but assuming that he doesn't care about it, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll take it.
Make a luck roll.
Fuck. 8.
8. Okay. You get it. That's a good thing. You get it. This will be tight then. You get it. But just one or two little coins just kind of roll kind of along the table and land, but he's bringing you out of the room to take you to look at that stuff. All right, so Friedrich, you're sort of you see where that shadow is, and you come around the corner, but there's no one there. But you still hear this distant voice going, "Help me, please, help!"
I don't know how to help. How can I? I need your help.
My name is Boris. You please find me.
Yeah, I will try.
Boris, maybe we could look at the book titles and see if there's a B somewhere. Not that B though.
There's someone calling. No, yeah.
No.
I would say all three of you would have sort of seen. No, tell you what, let's always have opportunities for more hell. Please, all three of you make a luck roll. Let's see, because Medina kind of was off doing her own thing. Let's see what you guys roll luck-wise.
3.
3. Friedrich, you're in too much pain.
Yeah, I just
1.
Yeah, baby.
Felix, you're in too much pain. Sophie, what do we got?
Oh.
13?
yeah.
That's pretty cool. Hey, roll your D13 again. Don't roll a 13 again. Or
Do.
No. I will not. 4.
4. All right, so no, there is sort of no like none of you have good luck. You guys don't remember the book that Medina had been carrying around, and if Medina's trying to carry, like, I don't know that Medina has that book and all the inspiration. She might have left it around somewhere, but at present, none of you see it. None of you are sort of trying to like transcribe pages out of it real quickly. I will say that at this point, everyone give yourself 1 power back.
Oh,
That's not bad.
I have all my power.
You're so wrong.
The immortal words of Christian Bale. Oh, good for you. That's one of the best ones. So you hear Dr. Boer's voice, but it's getting quieter. Sophie, I believe you're pretty good at this. Or Felix, you might also be good. I think Friedrich, let's not even have you try. Can I get a detect vibe?
Yes.
It is not called vibe check.
I believe in
That
this
is what I said?
it is under will and it is called detect vibe, unfortunately.
Fine.
You failed the vibe check. Ridiculous. I don't
Oh,
like languages.
we have 3 1s and 2 8s.
3 1s and 2 8s. Now this is actually an interesting circumstance. Which of those would you rather use? The 3 1s? I will tell you straight up that in terms of vibe, 3 1s is a harder success, but the subjective qualities of 2 8s is much better for a vibe check.
Yes, I think I will go with the 2 8s.
2 8s, I love it. All right, Felix, what did you get?
Oh, good. I got 2 2s, a 7, and a 6.
2 2s, a 7, and a 6. Okay, so tactics, strategy, understood. Okay, so, both of you rather kind of more feel than sort of in kind of like you're not doing the logic of. Although perhaps it's kind of you're feeling the logic of it, Felix. Both of you have a sense of, okay, we're in a place where we're summoning characters. This Dr. Boers, who like you heard her calling out, and he says, "I'm Dr. Boers." You think there's a doctor character. You think that Medina was trying to summon a character, so you understand that right now you are on the edges, on the verge, that somehow there is a character from a book nearby.
He is not Dr. Frankenstein.
No, he is Dr. He said his name, right?
He has said, "I'm Boers, I'm Dr. Boers." Yeah, you've
Yeah,
heard
we know
that,
his
yes.
name.
Medina, there's a doctor here.
She is not in the room.
Dr.
She's left.
Boer.
No.
Medina!
Can I attempt to look up a Dr. Boers in the literature?
He is. Yeah, you can go through the card catalog. He is neither author nor has a subject tag.
How far away is Medina?
She's left. You could just leave the library if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a step outside. Though. Medina, wo bist du?
Okay. So Felix and Friedrich, they step out looking for Medina, who's sort of gone with the professor, leaving Sophie alone in the library.
And we're saying
no honor.
yoo-hoo a lot.
No,
Medina, yoo-hoo!
Yodelehi-hoo!
I'm trying to think what else I can do to look up who this guy is.
All right. So Sophie, as you're sort of looking around, trying to find this, I'm just gonna use. I'm just gonna use a little bit of dread.
No, don't do that. Why are you pushing it backwards?
You'll see. Sophie, I'm just gonna take a little dread away, because that's what happens when things go my way. And as you're looking around, you see a book sitting on the counter over near, kind of like she set it on like a table there, but she left. You see a book.
Oh, is this the
and
book
it says,
Medina?
It's the book Medina was looking at. She's the one. She said she didn't find any good doctors in here, but it's called The Peak of Delirium. And right next to it are these two brilliant purple crystal coins. And you hear Dr. Boer's voice. The cold is receding, his presence. He's just saying, "Help me, please. Help me."
I do not know you. I do not think it is good to bring more characters to life. Can I read the book and try to determine who this man is?
Absolutely. Please do a research roll.
This is not good, but I will.
This is good because, like I said, I don't want to bring more people, but I guess let me read this book. Yeah, that's great. Make a research.
I do not know that reading the book will bring more people.
No.
I got it straight. 4, 5, 6, 7.
4, 5, 6, 7. You don't have 5 for research. You only have 4 for research. Okay.
It's 4.
You're just flipping through it, and perhaps this is one of those times where your English is très bien, but sometimes these more old-fashioned things, it's very dense, and you kind of can't quite make heads or tails of what this book is.
Yes.
The cold recedes, the voice is gone, and you're alone in the library. It's very quiet in here.
Yes.
Sophie, what under your vitality, what is your listen?
It is a 4.
A 4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I had you be high for look and listen because you spend all your time watching movies.
I look and I listen and
so you sort of stand there for a few moments, rather, and then you hear this it's very heavy breathing.
Do I see what it is?
If you sort of glance around, you do see that the ghoul is just in here, kind of like hunched under a table. Still a little bit of Friedrich's appendix blood on his lips.
No, I do not like this. No.
Though he is black and white, it's like the blood is red, but
no.
But he now just sort of begins creeping.
No,
you.
I'm going to leave.
And he's got the black and white movie like eye black under it. He's kind of walking very like.
I am going to leave.
Are you running?
Yes.
So as you start running, that he sort of starts chasing you. Please make a move roll that's under your physicality.
They left me alone to die. Awful boys. Okay. least 2. All right, I'm spending some power to up the roll too. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. These 2 7s. That is very good.
2 7s. That's pretty. You're able to sort of move quickly. He's not like he's leaping over a couple tables, but you can like rush out of the library area, slamming the door behind you. I will say that Friedrich and Felix, in sort of this time, we're going to cut away to sort of see what had happened between that. So Medina, the first thing is, you and the professor go over to sort of like Joe's desk. He sort of starts looking. Medina, would you give me a vibe check? Detect vibe. Well, I just called it vibe check because you guys. It's called detect vibe.
Hold on. Oh, that is 2 8s.
2 8s. 8 is always a really good thing for vibes. You, the way that the professor is like positioning himself and doing this, he's been like pretty open with you, but he clearly doesn't want you to like see too much on Joe's desk. He's kind of, it's kind of, giving you like a smile or whatever before like whatever Joe's notes he's sort of like pulling up so that you can't read them as he sort of looks through.
And I pick up on that?
You pick up on that, correct. You have a sense of it because of the vibe. So he's sort of running his finger down. Let's see, yes, Medina. He outed you sort of later, but yes, I see. Wednesday line from a thing. At this point, you hear 2 voices calling for you, both distantly and then from down the hallway.
Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo, Medina!
Medina, are you there?
Hello?
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining Frozen, but
I will ignore them and just look at the professor expectantly.
It seems that Wednesday line is from a book called Murder of Course. But course is spelled Corse.
Like Course Court. It's a place.
Oh. And actually, Medina, because you're the one who did it, you also know that's the name of the family.
Oh,
like
shit.
Lord Joe. It's like called Course Court because it's Lord Joseph Course, his, many daughters. His wife Amelia Course there. It's like the Course family, so their place called Course Court.
Well, and potentially of the family or a member of the family. Interesting. Okay.
You know that Lord Course is who's murdered in Murder by Murder.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. So that... Oh!
Is it, so this is not the book that you've never read, Murder of Course?
No.
And had you rolled a second success earlier, you would have noticed it when checking for Murder by Murder, but you were going too fast.
No. Well,
keep going. You're great. You're great.
I am going to... Oh fuck. So now Medina has realized... Okay. Professor, are there any characters that you're looking for? Or any stories that you're wanting to transcribe? Or...
Me?
Well, yeah.
No, I'm only interested in knowledge. If I think of anything, I'll surely tell you.
You're not overly interested in Greek mythology or anything, are you?
Greek? I'm not certain I'm familiar.
Or maybe in this case, Roman.
Roman mythology? Do you mean, well, the
or
ancient...
You're not...
Ancient gods of Holdfast, perhaps?
Is that something that was referred to? Like, were they referred to that?
You know of none of that stuff.
Yeah. Are you, like, intimately familiar? Not, intimate, you know what I mean? Very familiar with one of those characters? Or, perhaps trying to escape something with the
At this
assistance
point,
of a
Friedrich and
character?
Felix get up to you guys.
Fuck.
Hello, Medina.
Oh, hi, guys.
We've found a doctor, we think. Dr. Boers?
Oh, no. Okay.
You found
No,
him
I
as a
saw him,
character.
but-
He's sort of standing. From what
No,
work?
that-
From what book?
I don't know. Medina was looking at this earlier. I forget the name of the
what
book.
book, Medina? What work was it? Major Arthur?
From the Peak of Delirium. But I don't recommend transcribing anyone from that book. We've got to look for somebody who's gonna help us out, like Rawlings or
Rawlings.
someone like that.
Who's Rawlings?
S.A. Rawlings. He knew everything about something that the provost wanted me to look into, actually. So
Well, you must find this Rawlings man then. Certainly.
right.
That name sounds familiar.
Actually, voluptu.
Oh,
Where
we
did
have
the
many
voluptua
books. We have much
ship?
voluptuan literature for certain. In fact, some of it is kept in a private room, given its more, shall we say,
Understandable. Yeah.
yes.
I
I believe he kind of goes through and finds some keys and pulls out a key ring. You notice at this point, Sophie will give you one more second of running through the ghoul in there. But Felix and Friedrich notice that he has a key ring and one of the keys is shaped like a dick. And he's like, there is, yes, there is. We do have some works. We can go and visit the Voluptuan collection. Is that where this Mr. Rawlings is from?
He could be. Guys,
interesting.
do you guys want to read some sexy books?
We
And
are trying to find a doctor for my brother. He's hurt.
there is a sexy nurse there, I'm sure.
Is she skilled at what she does?
Oh, very skilled.
Yeah, I mean, if she has good hands, then maybe.
Great hands. You know, she'll be able to just rub you down and fix you right up. Professor, where
Yes. At this point, the doors slam open down the hall as Sophie rushes out and slams it behind her.
The ghoul? The ghoul is behind me.
Oh.
You all left me to be eaten.
Yeah, we definitely had the ghoul. We definitely were coordinating with the ghoul to trap you in there.
You admit it?
Okay, Sophie, we're going to read sexy books together, all of us. It's going to be super fun. Glad you're okay.
Oh, this is a common day in France. Sure.
But still, I'm hungry. Does anyone have any earnest flippies?
Wednesday sort of appears and says, "Are you hungry, sir?
I have a cigarette. It is better.
Are you in fact hungry, sir?
I
have
am.
been given a modest number of ingredients. I could make you something to eat if you would like."
Can I read the vibe on Wednesday with the food?
This would, for her, so vibe is when it's like a whole situation, and honestly, I probably should have had you do not vibe a second ago as you mentioned that. For this, it would actually be read person. The vibe is like the overall energy. Read person is when it's like, is this a person lying? What's their motivations? Yeah, give me a read person.
Sure. Where is that?
Probably should have had Medina do that earlier, but I made a mistake.
Read person.
It's also under, it's a degree will.
Yeah, can I kind of read her?
Give me a read person.
I don't want to just the fruits. We're very particular about our food in France.
I get it.
That is 2 7s.
2 7s. Medina is very creepy, but with a second degree success, you don't see any like the only pattern of lying is that she's always messing with you guys, but you see nothing about
Wednesday is very creepy.
what? Did I say
You
Medina
said
was creepy?
Medina.
I do it every time. I'm sorry. There's too many character names. I'm sorry.
You are trashing my scene.
That's damn straight. It's what we call a rigdus. So
She is very creepy. She always messes with us.
As Wednesday is always creepy, but you're not sensing any. You're not sitting of like her telltale. Like she's not doing her little. It'll be fine. She's just saying, "I can cook you something, sir. I am a kitchen maid."
Very well. I'm still not hungry. But, just to eat
She can
something.
make really well. Do you make buns? Wednesday, the sticky buns. Do you...
I
There are
can
many ways to make a sticky bun. No.
make buns, missus, if that's what you would like.
Maybe not.
If you can make something to eat, that would be much appreciated.
Do you want a strudel?
You would like me to attempt to make you strudel?
I think it's fair to say, well, what you have, and what's easiest for you to make, and then go from there.
Understood. She kind of goes down and says, well, as it happens, I've already cooked some scones or muffins, as some people call them. So she brings out a bunch of basically like plain untoasted English muffins.
This is
And
this.
she will sort of say, unfortunately, I don't have anything to put on them, or I have nothing with me. I could go and fetch you some
This is
marmalade or
horrendous.
butter or such things. Or you
Doesn't
could-
have any of my brother's body parts in it.
This
now,
has
does it?
no. This is primarily flour and, I believe, egg. She would know if it's egg. I don't know if English muffins have egg in them.
I don't quite know what's in them either.
Oh, to the internet. English muffin recipe.
Is there a buttermilk? I don't believe.
Yes. So there is. Yes, these are not vegan friendly. These are not gluten free. There is
No?
flour, egg, semolina flour. Oh my god,
Ah,
she's getting fancy. There's butter, water, milk, a little bit of sugar, and some yeast.
Yeah. So I'm trying to just. It doesn't seem like there might also be like, I don't know, some like hidden razor blades inside them, or some poison or something. 'Cause
You don't see. I mean, maybe she baked a razor blade in the middle, and you could always rip it open to make sure there's not. Poison would be hard to tell,
Do that.
but she
Can-
does.
can
She gives you a
we
plate of just
analyze
like
it?
plain. Sure, make an analyzer roll, Felix. Wunderbar.
They are offensive, even
And
if
also,
they are
if
not.
you want to be Felix, and I keep calling you Felix, I'm sorry. That is my German brain switching on. I apologize.
I want to be whatever you want me to be, and I like when you call me
Felix?
Felix.
I want you to-
It's 2 4s.
Two
2
fours.
4s and 8 and a 2.
Felix Liebchen, you look through and you do not see. You sniff it and it smells like a plain, untoasted, just kind of bland, kind of just like the texture's fine. It just smells like an English muffin. You don't detect any razor blades. You don't scent anything off in it.
Friedrich, I think it's okay. But remember, I don't know if you should be eating now if your innards don't work right.
I'm just going to be taking small bites and see how that goes.
Medina
That should
says,
be okay.
yes.
This seems unwise.
Wednesday, Philip. Wednesday.
Oh my god, I am so sorry.
It's
I'm
Wednesday.
gonna get a
Unless
shot
it's-
collar for you, Philip, and I'm gonna buzz it every time you may get it wrong.
I don't think that would
Crashing my scene.
Also, these are horrendous. This is a insult. The not cooked.
You don't like my cooking, miss?
They are not toasted.
Yes, I do not have a toaster, miss. Felix, you sort of look through. Wednesday just says, but I wouldn't want either of you to have anything more than a bit of bland bread, such as this, or some broth. Because
Yeah,
again,
this seems like a good place to start. Danke, Wednesday.
your intestines were rather perforated in a few places by whatever weapon stabbed into you last night.
Yeah,
You're in
that sounds
remarkably
right.
good shape, given what you suffered, if I do say so myself.
But and also thanks to the medical aid we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Wednesday.
You're welcome. She kind of just looks over all your shoulders in the hall. If you turn back, the ghoul is just sort of standing there in the shadows.
I will try a small bite of this one of the English muffins as we get moving.
Well, it's
Oh no.
it's these muffins are look, I will say that for Medina, if you're going to try them, are you gonna have a bite?
a little nibble.
So I would say that, like, you know, Wednesday is a kitchen maid. Her buns taste good. Her muffin tastes good. She's just, you know.
Do her pies taste good?
Her thighs?
Pies.
Her pies. Right now you're kind of like diving into her muffin, but you could certainly ask her to make a pie and see how that goes.
I am not eating this. It is not toasted.
She's you know. Anywho, you detect no poison. They are perfectly fine. If I'll phrase it like this: if you're someone who wants to eat an untoasted, unadorned English muffin, or as Wednesday referred to it as a muffin, I just checked. They call these muffins and what we call muffins American muffins. But if you want to eat Wednesday's muffin, it's totally good.
Yeah, you know, the best way to eat the muffin is raw.
Okay. Well, not raw. This is not a raw muffin. I understand what you're saying.
Sorry. Is the best way to eat the muffin is without anything between you and the muffin.
He likes a natural muffin. It is.
I like how we're not even to the voluptua book room yet. So, in any event, yeah, you can.
Yeah, let's go look at. I guess let's read some smut and eat, and you know.
So Professor Charles sort of leads you guys to the to this room and sort of opens it with the keys. He's not giving you the keys, but he unlocks the room and says, "So yes, and of course I'm sure I can trust all of you to be mature in a chamber like this." And he sort of nods to you and says, "But please bring this Dr. Bors if you're able, or if not him, more characters. We're very interested in having more people around." He nods to you and steps away.
Okay, so Medina, what are we looking for specifically?
A character named S.A. Rawlings.
So you guys, do you open the door?
Yeah.
So you open the door, you can flip on the lights, and basically you are sort of like stepping into an academic's best attempt to make like the back room of a video rental store. There is a bookshelf of... There you go, he's pointing at it, there we go. There's a bookshelf of what looks like sort of like novels of an erotic nature. There are several magazine stands, some of which are pretty graphic. There is also, however, a shelf of VHS tapes, and there is a TV with a VCR. Sophie, you are obviously drawn.
What is the style of the TV?
Style of the TV is a from actually I can give it to you in terms that Medina would be able to reference. The others kind of because they're from Medina. It looks like a TV from like it's a deep TV. It looks like a TV from the late 1980s or the early 1990s. There is a cable box on top of it as well, but there's a VCR like on next to that. The VCR is blinking a time 6969. Sophie, you are drawn to all of the
nice
the sort of tapes, but you pretty immediately can tell that these are not like erotic French films. These seem to be like just a lot of softcore pornography.
Ugh, the Americans.
A lot of like swimsuit calendar shoots.
There's no art.
Like Playmate pictorial things, or sort of movie titles of like sexy justice.
There's no art to this. It is very gosh. But I can research and see if there's anything that seems relevant.
You can make a research room just kind of around the thing. There is a rather than there being a full card catalog, there is a kind of like a blue 3-ring binder. Seems just mildly sticky. And And the pages are laminated because they better be. But inside, you can sort of look through. You do notice that there's a list of all the videos. There's a list of the books. There's like a list of the magazines, but you see a lot of them are listed as like stolen, removed, incomplete runs of various magazines. There is also a small section in the back, and you kind of look around. You can even find this where it's a shelf of non-voluptuan erotica, which is potentially it is primarily a bunch of stuff called double oil and bubble.
Nice.
Wait.
Okay. Does this seem like it may have information?
You're not sure what you... Actually, I'll tell you what, Sophie. Make an analyze.
Do I know
roll.
what?
Let's see what you know of voluptual. Because, like, Sophie would probably be...
Do I know this?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an analyze roll. Let's see, kind of...
Analyze is under...
it's under the blue intellect. I should say that every time. Apologies.
Found it.
Yes.
Found it. Found it. That is 2 5s. Yes, 2 5s.
5s. Okay. Your understanding of how this stuff is laid out, you're not really sure what it is Medina was looking for in here. She keeps saying there's some name of someone. You haven't seen anything that goes to that. You definitely think that the non-voluptuan erotica is probably not going to be like the focus of what you see no real reason to sort of call attention to it.
Okay, I will refer to the voluptua, and I'm looking for this Rawlings.
Yeah, S.A. Rawlings, Rawlings.
You guys are sort of
Is
just...
his name on any of the videos?
His name is not on any of the videos. And you actually don't see his name as like a keyword in the binder under like where they've listed what it is.
In the appendix?
They don't mention appendix right now. But as you sort of look through, you don't really see anything about Rawlings. But I would say with a 5 on analysis, as you're sort of kind of going through this, you suspect if you could find him anywhere, it would probably be in one of like those like books, maybe not in a magazine or a... This is what Medina is able to tell you about the guy. You suspect if he were anywhere in here, it would be that. But Medina, I'd like you to make an analyze roll. I don't think that really that's your forte necessarily, but... Or maybe it is. You have high intellect, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you were trying to be a pre-law. You might be a pretty intellectual.
It's okay.
Could we also make analyze rolls since we are here?
Yes. What is it you're trying to look for? What is it you're up to?
I will just starting to look through the books and try and find his name.
Oh, okay. Make an analyze roll for me, Friedrich.
Great.
You guys are kind of analyzing different things. You have 6
actually,
for that?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
You're gonna spend a little power?
Yeah.
Great.
2 to add a die.
Add 2
right?
adds 1 die, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, I have 2 3s.
2 3s as you're looking through. So this is sort of, that's one of the better things for you to generally roll, Friedrich, given your sort of thing. It's all about like thought and kind of just analysis for analyze is always a good thing because it's dialectic as the end.
Yeah, it seems to go hand in hand.
You are looking through this stuff and you get a very good sense of the nature of the books you're reading. They seem to either be tawdry, like beach read erotica that is clearly churned out. The prose is purple and like just sort of just cheap, soulless, repetitive. Some of the books take the format of like sexy letters of encounters that people have happened to people in Voluptua. Like, I can't believe I'm writing about this thing that happened to me in Voluptua.
Yeah.
It was so sexy. Medina, what did you roll?
2 2s, but I'm gonna spend more to get a third 2.
You're gonna spend 5 more power?
Yeah.
Great. So you're down 7.
You know
Love it.
Smoke them while you got them.
I think that's it.
Might be dead.
Okay, cool. So, with a second degree analysis, Medina, you're beginning to realize something about this whole situation, which you may already know, so apologies if I'm sort of telling you something you already know, but I'm going to drill it home for you, and you can maybe have additional insights if necessary. Everything you're finding here is works that exist here. So you're not... Much the same way you didn't find your own names in stories from your world, you were only finding like books that were like about your world. Like sometimes they were about your world, sometimes they were about other worlds. This place similarly seems to be mainly composed of works that it's the things people here might read, and it's also not all of them. Some of the things you hear probably don't exist in this place, but a place like, you're like, oh, let me find some fiction about Longaibus Bonds, or is it fiction, is it not? Again, so Rawlings, what you need to be looking for is a work that somebody would have written about Rawlings that happens to be in this place. You're not going to find works about... You're not going to find the books you found in your place. You've clearly determined that already. You're not going to find the tales of Rawlings that everybody read to research Rawlings and bring him here. But if you want to somehow find this guy Rawlings, you would need to luck into a book about Rawlings' exploits. Have you ever had Rawlings in your head as Medina? Did you ever bring him along?
No.
You knew a bit about him. I'll say you know he went to Voluptua. You also know he went to some other places as well. So, like, with what Friedrich's saying about the nature of these books, you're kind of like, our best bet would be to find him in if somebody happened to write a sexy story about, like, a penthouse letter about this sexy guy Rawlings who hooked up with Trixie Daisy.
Yeah.
And made a guy named Fireman or Ice... I forget which one got jealous about that.
Yeah, I was Fireman.
Fireman.
So basically, that's the energy of the situation. That your best bet, hey, look at him come back in and smile. Your best bet would be to find him in a thing like that from what's in this room. Or you guys could just pop a tape in and who knows what character you'd get. Just some sex-crazed weirdo. It would be great. Oh my god, wait, guys, can you imagine how two-dimensional a character from, like, the late-night viewing at the Grand Voluptuan Hotel would be? Not the people who are already there, who are already two-dimensional. I'm talking about a person in a movie someone there is watching. Oh my god, it's like Inception of...
It'd be, like, one-dimensional.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Hi, I'm one-dimensional. I'm a detective, and I'm also the mayor. And my one dimension is tits. So, Medina.
I will scour the letters to the editor.
Okay, now Medina.
Yeah.
You did get a 3rd degree, right?
Uh-huh.
So you do understand that the more you read, the more you are researching.
Yeah.
The more you read the things in here, the more you might bring someone to life.
Yeah, I have to find him. I have to find him.
Understood. Then as Medina begins handing out erotic works to all of you, for you to look for a man named Rawlings, or someone matching what description she can give you, we will close as we pull away from you all to the keyhole into this room, where black and white I don't think is the keyhole shaped like a vagina? It probably is.
No, I was kidding.
No, because the key's a dick, so yeah. But
yes, is a vulva.
Yeah,
it's French.
Labia, yeah.
Oh, could the doorknob be the clitoris, and then you have a large
little.
That would be a really. I mean,
Why would the doorknob
guess,
be something that doesn't exist?
And you can only open the door. It's like one of those like latch ones. So you unlock it. You can only open the door when you squeeze and push down on it.
You must have the right pressure.
Yeah, but the trick is you're not supposed to. You can't just push on it. First, you have to push you have to push kind of far away from it and start moving a little closer to it. And even then, you should really depending on it. Each one's different, but sometimes you're supposed to push more on the side of it. So anyway,
I don't get it.
Neither do I. So anyway, as we pan over to this extremely vaginal door entry, there is an eyeball staring through from the outside, watching all of you. In the hallway, the ghoul just is pressed up against the... So basically the ghoul has his face buried in the other side of the labia, and is just... And his eye is fixed on Sophie.
No!
And her
No!
still, solid flesh. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Why? Why me? Why so?
Also, I have to say, the chick from Voluptua has been the most helpful. So
The Voluptua Bikini Team dancer?
yeah,
She's been great.
Remember,
She's very
like,
helpful.
I'll distract
Yeah.
guys. Go.
Well, the king bee did kill a bunch of them as well.
The bee did great.
Yeah.
That's true, but
Yeah. And had you brought the ghoul would not be hungry anymore. Because he would have eaten some fish guys. I'd like to apologize to everyone about some of the things I said in tonight's game.
you should do that every.
I'd like to apologize for everything about Wednesday's muffins. I'd like to apologize for any times I accidentally called them Medina's muffins. And I'd like to apologize for everything about that the lock and key, and the very tricky way you've got to hit the.
You don't hit it.
Again, I still don't get it.
That's fine. I'll send you a really crude drawing later.
Cool, thank you.
That will make things worse.
I'll post it in the Discord too.
This is bad. I just clicked over, and why do you all only do this when my mom is here? And I am very sorry about that.
I think you know why we do this.
Your mom is here.
Oh, that's bad. Everyone,
Hi, Mom.
Everyone, stop everything.
Hey,
and
Sophia's mom. How
I
you
will.
doing?
Damn, Lord.
Dan,
I will.
what are you doing?
I'm gonna be in.
I don't know. I'm just being me.
No,
That is
no, your
in-
voice went
no,
down.
but that's the thing. That is him being him. That is accurate. He is being who he is. I don't know. Please, plug yourselves and thank everyone. My God, just start that process.
I stream sometimes, except for when life gets overwhelming, which is most of the time. So, but you can follow my channel on Twitch in the About section.
I also stream on Twitch sometimes. I don't have a dedicated schedule. I just kind of do it whenever. I've been doing some Golden Sun because you need to do the first Golden Sun to play the second Golden Sun, which is the best Game Boy Advance game of all time. I'm also doing a little Magic the Gathering, a little Civilization. I'd like to just pause real quick to give a special shout out to Sophia's mom and say hi back to you, Sophia.
Hello. And I am.
But I also
sorry.
now. I had a great fun stream on Wednesday with some of the people here. Now that I'm affiliate, I can start asking for you to give me Daddy Jeff's money if I'm not already giving it to this channel. And it's fun. It's cool times. It's sick. It's rad.
Just give it somewhere. That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
You get it for free.
You should be giving it.
Make sure it's going somewhere. Any other plugs of things? Should we talk about Star Trek Picard, for example?
Sure, I keep plugging it. Yeah, I don't stream on Twitch yet, although I'm hoping to get that going in April, once I figure out what my schedule looks like for that month and start doing my own. Since I'm playing The Sims so much, I may as well hang out with people while I make them do ridiculous things. But otherwise, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am on the current season of Star Trek Picard. I have 2 episodes. One has aired, another one will be coming out. I also got confirmation that a music video I'm in is coming out literally the day after my next episode of Star Trek Picard, so that's exciting. So that'll be coming in April.
You know, T.S. Eliot might have said that April is the cruelest month, but it sounds to me like April is the coolest month.
Yes, I actually went to a psychic who told me that there would be much rejoicing in April, and I was like, well, this is funny.
It's awesome. And then, Zane, do you want to plug your...
If you like bonsai trees, if you like tiny little trees in tiny little pots, follow Zane's Trees on Instagram or TikTok.
You gotta
Probably
believe in the
Instagram,
trees.
because TikTok it might be banned.
I have some tiny little trees over here, but they're not your kind of trees.
Actually, Zane, do you know how to take care of a monstera?
I do.
Okay, we'll chat later.
All right. I do answer plant questions.
Do we have anyone to thank in the chat?
We do. We got T Howells 82 followed this evening. We
Welcome.
also had Vulcan Meows following this evening. And we
hello.
had a cheer of bits from A Stream of May this evening. That might have been the same one that said, "Oh, I'm here for Daddy Dan."
Yeah, that was,
Understood. Well,
Yes.
I mean,
We've got Daddy Dan and Moms on stream tonight. Like,
oh my gosh, really,
it's
I
just-
can't. I don't. I sometimes. I just. I need a filter or a time delay. We have a time delay. That's the worst part. I don't know if I can actually. I don't know if I can actually cut it before anything I said goes out though. Well, thank you all so much for watching. If you like what we do here, yeah, please either follow us, definitely follow us, but also, yeah, subscribe if you are able or have your free Prime and use that somewhere, whether it's here or The Rose Explodes or Steinbergler or Deadwood Jedi or Andrew is Trying or any of our other wonderful affiliated people. We have some more games for you coming up. On Sunday, we are back with Here Be Dragons. Where are the dragons? They're here. We're going to be going to a new oh no, we already got, oh my god, I can't even remember because every 2 weeks we're at the Great Pyramid of Eternal Diversion, so watch them get further dragged off course. It's gonna be a murder mystery party. I'm remembering everything. It's gonna be really fun. Join us on Sunday, murder mystery party with dragons. And
Sweet.
then on Monday we have Lost Lore Academia, a game that is remarkably similar to what you just watched tonight,
Shocking.
except with much less darkness. However, in downtime for Lost Lore Academia right now, our illustrious players and all the participants have really rallied today over the go to main investigate activity and action, and I think we're at 7. So they're definitely going to get this. But like, if we get even a few more, like Dan, if you're able to jump on that, that could help. Did
I not post that already?
I'm not sure if you posted it today. Maybe you did. I can't. But I would recommend doing that because that might, like, it would be really cool if you guys do a weekend trip to Maine, and maybe you'll get all the information you get there. And on Monday, some new information about Medina Lake, a character from tonight's game, might arise. They might come learning some stuff, so that's pretty cool. Tuesday, we are back with Grey in the Dark, and then 1 week from tonight, we are back with this game, following these adventures, although I don't think that we will have Medina or Felix here next Friday, if memory serves.
Correct.
That
So,
is true.
I think it is more than likely I may bring in some other people. If either of the other, should be having this conversation ahead of time and or off stream. If either of the others can't make it next week, we might do a meanwhile back at the something else. But otherwise, maybe I'll have some other people, and they'll probably just be piloted by me. So haha. So yeah. But we'll be back 1 week from tonight with more of fun here at Blood from a Stone, whatever it may be. So yeah, that is all I've got to say. Thank you all so much. For
You don't want to
watching.
make any more sexual jokes in front of you?
Nope. The door, the horrible keychain door in a college library was enough for me to say.
To be fair, I thought of that, so I'm
did.
sorry for
That's
that.
true. But
if you Google vulva doorknobs, you will find that someone on Etsy makes them
I might
for
do
kitchen
I
cabinets.
think on Etsy, everything is made. That
Yeah.
is my read of Etsy. Thank you guys so much. This was great. Yeah, please help us find out what happened to Medina. That it's fun because those people will. Anyway, it's there's all sorts of shenanigans. You guys don't even know. So thank you all for watching. This has been super fun. Thank you so much, my players. Thanks everybody out there. Until next time, have a dreadful night. Ooh, scary because it's horror.